Meet our think tank. They've answered hundreds of general knowledge questions before the show. Their answers are in, but how helpful will they be to the three contestants? Playing the game with us are Lucinda, a graduate trainee from Manchester, Rachel, a business development executive from Leeds, and Chris, an HGV driver from Staffordshire. This is Think Tank. Show and welcome as ever to our think tank. In the pack we have Max, our English literature graduate, musician Cleve, Jackie, our retired local government manager, Tristan, our ice hockey player, retired HR advisor Diane, dance teacher Lucy, Ken, our retired holiday rep, and our doctor Abby. So in theory, we should have a good range of knowledge for our contestants to draw on. I do stress that is just a theory. Sorry. Welcome to our contestants. Lucinda, you are a graduate trainee. What did you graduate in?
I graduated in geography.
What do you like to do in your spare time?
I'm really into theatre and amateur dramatics.
Oh, Max, he's big on the old am-drams, aren't you, Max?
I certainly am, Bill. I've done a fair number of pantos in my time, and I think I've done pretty much every role a boy can in a panto.
You even married your mother once?
I did. We try not to talk about that. It makes Christmas very awkward.
And what are you not going to be so good at?
Geography.
Hang on, you're not in geography.
We don't sit down and revise maps.
OK. Rachel, business development executive in Leeds.
Right.
When you're not developing businesses, what do you like to do?
I like swimming. I like baking.
You're from Leeds?
Yeah.
Meet Cleve, our musician. You probably bump into him in the street every once in a while, but...
It's quite possible, because I busk in the city centre quite often, so it's quite possible that I have many of your pounds in my hat.
Excellent, good stuff, welcome. And finally, Chris, you're an HGV driver.
Yes.
Driving those big lorries. It's scary up there.
They're big vehicles, but it's all a matter of perspective.
In your spare time,
Yes.
what do you like to do to get away from the road?
I like riding my motorbike.
Oh, you just get back straight on the road. Yeah. What's your weakest subject, Chris?
Television.
Who's going to help him out in the think tank with TV?
All of us.
Oh, yeah.
Sponsor knowledge.
We're all okay.
Yeah.
That's not exactly inspiring much. OK. Well, thanks very much for joining us anyway. Over 3 rounds, our contestants will try to tap into the knowledge of the think tank to build up as much money as possible. The 2 highest scorers progress to the final. Ultimately, just one of them will walk away with a cash prize. So let's play the first round. So in this round, I'm going to ask you a question. Then every member of the think tank will reveal the answer that they gave before the show. Now, the correct answer is always going to be in there somewhere, but there's any number of mistakes in the mix too. If you pick out the right answer, £200 will be added to your prize fund. OK, you get 2 questions each. Lucinda, you're up first. So here's a question we asked the think tank before the show. Which breed of dog is the cartoon character Snoopy? Let's see what the think tank thought. Max.
Spaniel.
Beagle.
Great Dane.
Great Dane.
Great Dane.
Beagle.
Dalmatian.
Dalmatian.
So 3 Great Danes, 2 Beagles and 2 Dalmatians. There's a Spaniel in the mix there too. What do you think?
I actually really like peanuts, so I'm trying to think. I'm really terrible with dog breeds, though. I'm going to go with Beagle, because it's the only type of dog that I've not heard of.
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but you might well be right. OK, which breed of dog's the cartoon character Snoopy? You're going with Beagle. Let's see. It's the right answer, Beagle. Well done. Well done to Lucy. And to Cleve, you were barking up the right tree. Lucinda, you get £200 added to your prize fund. Rachel, you've seen how it works? Let's have a look at your question. Which politician won his 6th Parliamentary Beard of the Year award in 2015? Scratch your chin if you want to for a moment while we see what the think tank came up with, Max.
Jeremy Corbyn.
John Prescott.
Diane Abbott.
Richard Campbell.
Jeremy Corbyn.
Jeremy Corbyn.
David Cameron.
Boris Johnson.
Some intriguing answers in there. What do you think, Rachel?
I know Jeremy Corbyn has got a beard. just based on that, I don't think anybody else has got a beard, so I'm going to go with Jeremy Corbyn.
So it makes a pretty small field
Yeah.
for you, doesn't it, really? You're going to go with Jeremy Corbyn as the politician who won his 6th Parliamentary Beard of the Year award in 2015. Let's see if you're right. Of course you are, Jeremy Corbyn.
Sometimes I get a bit confused.
Okay,
When I
bit-
read the question, I was obviously very confused.
Yes. These are the people who are going to help you for your prize fund. Well done, Rachel. £200 added to your prize fund for that correct answer. And we move on to Chris. Here's your first question. Before Andy Murray in 2013, who was the last British tennis player to win one of the 2 main singles titles at Wimbledon? Have a think about that and see what the think tank came up with.
Fred Perry.
Fred Perry.
Fred Perry.
Tim Henman.
Bjorn Borg.
David Lloyd.
Virginia Wade.
Pete Sampras.
Well, Fred Perry is the most popular choice there, but that doesn't necessarily make it right. How's your tennis knowledge?
Not so good, but I can eliminate some of those because they're not British.
Really?
Not sure Bjorn Borg's British or Pete Sampras. I'm going to go with the majority. I think probably Fred Perry. That's a name I recognise. Fred Perry's my answer.
Before Andy Murray in 2013, who was the last British tennis player to win one of the 2 main singles titles at Wimbledon, was it Fred Perry? Let's find out. It was Virginia Wade.
Okay.
She won the Wimbledon ladies singles title in 1977. Fred Perry did win 3 times in the 1930s, so it wasn't a bad choice, just wasn't the right one we were looking for. So, Diane, Bjorn Borg, it's a classic British name, isn't it?
I know that people like to have British passports, and so I thought, you know, Bjorn looks, you know, kind of as though he should have a British passport.
Swedish-born, one desperate to be British.
Yeah.
Good, OK. Well, well done, Ken. Chris, no money for you there, but plenty of time to catch up. Let's go on to Lucinda and your second question. The Miracles were the backing band of which soul singer? Let's see if the think tank can help you here at all.
Aretha Franklin.
Smokey Robinson.
Smokey Robinson.
Bob Schneider.
Smokey Robinson.
Aretha Franklin.
Stevie Wonder.
Diana Ross.
Some great singers in there. Half of the think tank going with Smokey Robinson. What do you think?
I'm not so hot with soul music, but even though Jackie gave the answer that Diane Abbott had a beard, I do trust that it might be Smokey Robinson, especially because Cleve's in music. So I feel like they'll know, so I'm going to go with Smokey Robinson.
That's a very good way to work the think tank, indeed. So you're going with Smokey Robinson
Yes, please.
as the lead singer of The Miracles. Let's have a look if you're right. You are indeed. It is Smokey Robinson. Indeed, Cleve, you were, of course, right. Smokey Robinson and The Miracles had
Yes,
some
and
great
I
hits.
actually do sing one of his songs, which is the famous Tracks of My Tears.
Since you're boasting about it, we better hear a bit of it.
Baby, take a good look at my face. You see my smile looks out of place. Baby, get closer, it's easy to trace
The tracks
of my tears.
Thank you very much. Well done indeed. Musical entertainment at no extra expense to you at all. Fantastic. Well done, Lucinda. £200 to you. Rachel, here is your second question. Barack Obama appeared in a one-off special with which British TV presenter in December 2015? Have a think about that and see what the think tank came up with.
David Attenborough.
Bill Turnbull.
Trevor McDonald.
Chris Evans.
Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls.
Graham Greene.
James Corden.
Bit of a mixed bag there, Rachel. Anything leaping out at you?
Bear Grylls is standing out for me. I don't know why, but that's my answer.
More people have chosen him than anybody else. You're going with Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
As the British television presenter who appeared in a one-off special with Barack Obama in December 2015. Let's see if you're right. You are indeed. It's Bear Grylls. Well done. They went on a short trek through the Alaskan wilderness together,
Right.
looking at climate change. Cleve, try as I might, I just can't remember meeting Barack Obama.
Well, the truth is, I was thrown off by both those things. The fact it was one off and it was special, of which you are both.
You're so sweet. We'll just leave that one behind. Okay. Rachel, £200 goes into your prize fund. And Chris, we move on to your second question. Who did Morgan Freeman play in the film Invictus? Do you remember that at all?
Nope.
Your memory might get jogged when you see what the think tank came up with. Max?
Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela.
Julius Caesar.
The head coach.
God.
God.
Julius Caesar.
A gladiator.
Wow, it's a very broad spread there, Chris, isn't it? Haven't been too helpful to you there, have they?
Yeah, well, actually, I think they have been very helpful, yeah. Because he did play God twice, but not in Invictus. I'm going to go with Max and Cleve and Nelson Mandela.
OK, Max and Cleve, you think have the right answer with Nelson Mandela as the character played by Morgan Freeman in the film Invictus. Let's see if you're right. Nelson Mandela was indeed. Well done. Of course, it was the story of South Africa's victory in the 1995 Rugby World Cup. So, well done. Good teamwork there from Max and Cleve to help you out there. Good. £200, Chris, goes into your prize fund. And that brings us to the end of the first round. Let's take a look at how you're all getting on. Trailing at the moment is Chris with £200. Lucinda and Rachel both have £400. Well done. It could all change in our next round. Every member of the think tank is holding 2 questions, which they answered correctly before the show. You're going to take it in turns then to pick someone from the think tank whose knowledge you think you can match. And for every correct answer, another £200 is added to your prize fund. Now, once a think tank has asked both of their questions, they can't be picked again, OK? Lucinda, you get to go first. There's a whole bunch to choose from.
I think based on who's helped me out the most so far, apologies to everyone else, I'm going to go with Cleve.
They're not easily hurt. It's OK.
OK.
Cleve.
I was able to answer this question correctly because I actually do sing this song. It may have been just a touch before your time, but hopefully you'll be able to know who it is. Let's Stay Together was a UK hit single for which singer in 1972?
Let's Stay Together was a UK hit single for which singer in 1972?
I'm not sure I've heard of it. Based on the 70s, I'm going to go with Lulu.
You say Lulu, saying Let's Stay Together was a UK hit single in 1972. Cleve?
A beautiful singer, do love her, but it was actually a different sex. It was Al Green.
Al Green, it was indeed. Also known as the Reverend Al Green,
Reverend
of course.
Al Green,
He was ordained as a
which
pastor.
is another reason why I sing it so.
And because you've been a minister
I've
yourself?
been a church minister myself.
You were known as?
Reverend Chunky. I have no idea why, but slim and fine boned as I am.
Anyway, it was a great song. Thanks, Cleve. No money for you there, I'm afraid, Lucinda. Rachel, who are you going to choose?
I'm going to also choose Cleve because I think we match perfectly with music. He loves a lot of the same songs that I love, so that's fine.
Well, fingers crossed for you. You get a musical question. Cleve?
I'm afraid it's not a musical question. And I know this because I'm something of a sports fan. The question is, which former captain of the West Indies cricket team was nicknamed Super Cat?
Is cricket up your alley?
Not at all. No, I was really hoping for another music question. It's going to have to be a total guess. I'm going to go for Imran Khan.
Imran Khan?
That's only one
OK.
that comes to mind.
You're naming Imran Khan as the former captain of the West Indies cricket team, nicknamed Super Cat. Cleve?
He would have been a welcome addition, except he played for another country at the time. This is actually Clive Lloyd.
Clive Lloyd, of course. Magnificent sportsman. Imran Khan played for Pakistan.
OK.
And Clive Lloyd was captain of the West Indies from 1974 to 1985. So no money for you there, I'm afraid. And Chris, who do you want to pick? Anybody apart from Cleve? You can't have him.
I'm going to go with Max, because I reckon you and I might be on the same wavelength.
Our English literature graduate, Max.
Well, Chris, let's see if we can help you out. Now, I know this one because I very nearly moved from amateur dramatics to going pro, only to fall out at the last stage of auditions for a film of the Chronicles of Narnia. Here we go, let's see if you can do the question. What is the title of the last book in C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia?
Got no idea. Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe.
You're going to go with The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe.
I reckon there's Narnia behind the wardrobe. So I'm going with that.
Well, there's a certain kind of logic to it. Max?
Well, you certainly know the Narnia mythos, but unfortunately that is the wrong book. The last book is The Last Battle.
The Last Battle, indeed. Published in 1956. I'm intrigued. Which part were you going for?
I believe the casting call was an annoying twerp.
Can you remember any of the lines you had to do at the time?
Oi!
And so on. You see, well, I mean, I'm sorry you didn't get the part, but on the other hand, you know, none of us would we ever imagine that Max could be an annoying twerp.
No. I wouldn't be with you here today if I had. Yeah,
All right.
Hollywood having a good time.
Max, thanks very much. No money, I'm afraid, for you, Chris. And let's come back to Lucinda. Your choice again.
Based on namesake, I'm just going to go with Lucy.
Our dance teacher, Lucy.
Very nice to meet a fellow Lucy. So this question is geography related, but I think you're going to be OK.
OK.
I know this because I live in the southeast and I travel across to France all the time. So this question relates to France. Which ferry port is the closest French town to England?
Now, you're a geography graduate, but you say geography is your weakest subject?
Yeah, it was more physical geography, my degree. Volcanoes, weather, things like that. French towns. I'm guessing Paris doesn't have a port. And I'm sure a really popular journey to make is Dover to Calais. So I'm going to say Calais.
Going to say Calais?
Yeah.
As the closest French ferry port to England?
Yes.
OK, Lucy?
I'm glad to say you made the right journey.
Just over 20 miles from Dover to Calais. Okay. So you're on the money, £200 is added to your prize fund. Rachel?
I think I'm going to choose Diane this time.
Diane, our retired HR advisor.
This question is about history, and this is about Martin Luther King, who famously gave his I Have a Dream speech, and in which city was it made in 1963?
Martin Luther King famously gave his I Have a Dream speech in which city in 1963?
I would probably say Tennessee, and I don't know why, that's just come to me. I'm believing it begins with a T, so that's why I'm saying Tennessee.
Going to go with Tennessee. Diane, how close are we to the answer?
I'm sorry, you're in the wrong area. It's Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. was the right answer. Speech he gave on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. Nothing for you this time round, Rachel. Chris?
I'm going to ask Jackie to help me this time.
Jackie?
It's about Lhasa Apso dogs. And if you live in the south of England, they're Lhasas. If you live in the north, they're Lassas. And I have two of these dogs, and they're called Sadie and Sophie, and they're absolutely beautiful. But this breed was originally bred on which continent?
The Lhasa Apso dog was originally bred on which continent? You're from Staffordshire, of course. I don't know if you say Lhasa or Lhasa.
I don't know many people that say it either way. Sounds a bit oriental, but I'm going to go with South America.
Going to go with South America.
South America.
Jackie?
You were right in the first place that it, where you were going with that, because it's Asia.
Asia.
Tibet.
OK. Asia was the right answer. They were initially bred as small guard dogs. Haven't brought you any profit this time round, Chris, so you stay on the same total as you were before. Lucinda, your third question. You've still got everybody to choose from, apart from Cleve.
As a fellow thespian, then, I'd like to go with Matt.
Well, I'm afraid it isn't an acting question.
OK.
But I fancy myself as a bit of a techie, so this is one of my heroes, this question. In which country was the entrepreneur Elon Musk born?
Do you know Elon Musk?
I haven't heard of him, no. Elon Musk. I can't even begin to think where that name's from. I'm going to go, wild guess, Sweden.
Sweden is the country in which the entrepreneur Elon Musk was born. Is she close?
Well, it is an unusual name, so you're right to say it's not from here. I've always thought it would be a very good aftershave, but there we go. Elon Musk was actually born in South Africa.
South Africa. Co-founder of PayPal.
OK.
Where he found fame. No money for you this time round. Lucinda, Rachel, your turn to choose, and Max has gone out of the running alongside Cleve.
I'm going to choose Abby, because she's not been mentioned yet and she's sat there very pretty.
Oh, that's really sweet. OK, so I guess this is kind of my past and my future combined together, because I'm from Wales and I'm a doctor. So, I'd explain that. Which Welsh politician, born in November 1897, is regarded as the chief architect of the National Health Service?
I have absolutely no idea on that one. Politics is my absolute worst subject I could have chose. I'm sorry, I have nothing.
Pick a name. You never know what something from the deep recesses of your mind might come out to you and be the right answer.
John Peel.
John Peel is your answer. For the Welsh politician born in 1897, chief architect of the National Health Service. Abby?
I'm afraid it's Aneurin Bevan.
And Aaron Bevan is the right answer. It's something they teach all doctors, I should think, before they qualify, don't
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
I think there's a monument of him on the end of Cardiff High Street as well, so I used to walk past it.
Really?
Yeah, he's there. And every now and again he has a cone on his head.
No money for you either this time round, Rachel. Chris, your last question for this round. Who do you want to choose to pose it?
I'm going to go with Lucy on this occasion. Thank you.
Lucy.
I know the answer to this because along with travel comes language, and I love all of the different languages that the world has to offer and enjoy studying those as well. So which type of Mexican dish takes its name from the Spanish for little donkey?
Do you like Mexican food?
I do. I love Mexican food, yeah. And the little donkey is a burro, I think. I'm really pleased that I chose you, Lucy. I think it's a burrito.
Burrito. That's the name of a Mexican dish. That's what Chris is saying. Is he right?
He's right. It is indeed a burrito.
Well done, Chris. That's £200 to you. And at the end of that round, let's see how your prize funds have changed. Tied on £400 are Rachel and Chris. In the lead, though, Lucinda with £600. So, contestants, one of you is going to have to leave the game shortly, but there is one last chance to take the lead. So it's all pretty tight. Rachel and Chris, you can easily catch up with Lucinda. All of you are now going to be asked the same question. Two members of the think tank, then, will give you the answer that they gave before the programme and why they believe it's correct. Only one of them is going to be right. If you side with the right person, you'll get an extra £200 added to your prize fund. Just 5 questions remaining, though, before we do have to say goodbye to one of you. So make sure you choose your answers carefully, OK? First, then, we're going to hear answers from Diane and Lucy. And here's the question. After Asia, what is the world's largest continent by area? Diane, thoughts?
Hey, I think it's Africa because it's got so many different independent countries within it, huge landmass, lots of national parks, etc. So I felt that it was definitely Africa.
Africa, OK. Lucy, you've done lots of travelling, geography.
Done lots of travelling, yeah. I was really torn, actually, between Africa and North America and thinking about Canada as well in there with the USA in North America. So I felt maybe that edged it slightly.
North America, you're saying. Diane is going with Africa. They both believe they have the right answer, but only one is correct. Those are your choices, contestants. Please lock in your answers. Lucinda and Chris have gone with North America. Rachel's out on her own with Africa. Who's right? Africa is the correct answer.
Well done.
So, Rachel, well done. Diane, good deduction.
Yes,
well done.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thanks very much.
And it means, Rachel, you add £200 to your prize fund. For our next question, we're going to hear answers from Cleve and Jackie. And here it is. Which soap opera, originally billed as an everyday story of country folk, was first nationally transmitted in 1951? Cleve.
I distinctly remember on the radio The Archers, and I remember the accents and the fact that it was about farming, and that led me to think that that's actually what it was, The Archers.
Cleve, you're going with The Archers. Jackie?
Well, I went with Coronation Street, and I was working on the same principle that he was going back a long, long time, and that often when things first start, they don't start out with their original title, which would be Coronation Street, and they're just ordinary folk, country folk.
So, Coronation Street or The Archers? Contestants, please lock in your thoughts. You're all clearly convinced by Jackie's argument there, because you've gone with The Archers, all three of you. And let's see what the answer is then. course, it's the artist. Well done. Nearly 18,000 episodes have been transmitted so far. Well done, Cleve. Thank you.
Okay.
And it means that you all add £200 to your prize fund. The next think tankers we're going to hear from are Tristan and Max. Here's their question. According to the United Nations, which country attracts the most visits from tourists from other countries? Tristan.
I was thinking the USA, purely because JFK is one of the busiest airports, and so is LAX. Every person I talk to always wants to go to the USA, so I thought the USA was a strong answer.
OK, United States is your answer. Max?
Well, I went for France because I think most of us in here have been to France. And actually, there's even a syndrome that Japanese psychiatrists study called Paris syndrome, where people become overwhelmed by the power of seeing the city. So I think anything like that, it's got to be the best city in the world and it's got to be the best country in the world for tourists to go to. So I said France.
Max goes with France. Tristan's going with the USA. They both believe they have the right answer. Contestants, please lock in your answers. So Lucinda and Chris are going with France. Rachel is following the advice of Tristan and going with the United States. Let's see who's right. France it is indeed. Max, well done. Approximately 80 million people visit France every year from other countries. So, Max, well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
And it means that £200 is added to the prize fund of Lucinda and Chris. For our next question, we hear answers from Diane and Ken. And here's the question. What is the Latin name of the longest bone in the human body? Diane?
I said fibula. I know there's 206 bones in the body. I've broken quite a few of them, and I broke my wrist doing an exercise video.
Oh.
But the fibula isn't one of the ones that I've broken, but I think that's the name of it.
Fibula you're going
Yes.
for. OK, Ken?
Well, as I'm fluent in Latin, this is a very easy question for me. It's actually the femur. It's one bone in my body that I haven't broken, actually, but the others are all OK. They're all mended safely, in case you're worried.
Femur, since you're fluent in Latin, stands for what?
Long bone.
Long bone. Remember, one of them answered this correctly, one answered incorrectly. Contestants, please lock in what you're convinced by. All three of you going with femur. And Ken, let's see if he has got his Latin right. He has indeed. It is femur. Yeah. Well done, Ken. Do you know where the femur is?
It's here.
It's the thigh bone.
Yes.
Indeed. And the fibula,
Down
Diane?
there with the
Down in the
fibula
calf.
and tibia or
The cuff?
something.
Yes, all those. Well done. Thank you very much.
OK.
So you all get to add £200 to your prize fund. Well done. And for our final question in this round, we're going to hear from Abby and Jackie. Here it is. Piranha fish are native to which of the world's continents? The infamous piranha fish, Abby.
Yes. I watched that movie, which I think is like piranhas or angry fish, and I feel like I saw them sail up from South America. So I'm going with South America.
Angry fish.
Something like that.
OK, South America. All right, Jackie?
It's a big place, is Africa, and they've got some fairly, vicious things around in Africa and in the waters as well, and the rivers and things like that. And I think it's Africa.
Africa, your choice then?
I do think it's Africa, I definitely do.
All right, Abby, you're going for South America and the angry fish down there. Contestants, please lock in your answers. All three of you going with Abby and South America. Let's see if you're right. You are indeed South America. Yeah. Not the most convincing argument I've ever heard, to be honest with you, seeing a film about some angry fish once.
Yes.
But it worked.
Yes.
So well done, Abby.
Yeah, thank you.
So well done, all three of you. You all get £200 added to your prize fund. Let's take a look at your total, shall we? In the lead, Lucinda with £1,400, and tied in second place are Rachel and Chris on £1,200. Only two contestants can go through to the final, so we're going to have a tie-break to determine which of you two makes it through to join Lucinda. This deciding question has a numerical answer, so whoever's closest to the right number will go through. Here's the question. Including Robert Walpole, the first man to hold the post in 1721, how many people have served as UK Prime Minister? Please key in your answers. Rachel? you've gone with 106. And Chris, you've gone with 75. Here's the answer. It's 53. 53 Prime Ministers, including Robert Walpole, to hold the post of a UK Prime Minister since 1721. So, Chris, you're closest. You're going through to the final. Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you, Rachel. Have you had a nice time playing?
Had a lovely time, thank you.
Certainly made it exciting for us, so thanks very much for taking part. Thank you.
Thank you.
So well done, Lucinda and Chris. You two will now compete to take home the money that you've built up so far in the final. So, Lucinda, if you were to win, how would you spend the cash?
I think probably a nice treat for my mum and my nan.
Oh,
Maybe put it towards a nice holiday.
Okay.
Like that.
All right. And Chris?
If I'm lucky enough to win, I'm going to donate the money to charity, to a charity that's very close to my heart and my wife's heart. She's cycling across Burma to raise money for the Genesis Research Trust.
Well, that's great. That's a great idea. Good luck to you both. Our final is a general knowledge battle. I'm going to ask you 5 questions each, and whoever gives the most correct answers will take home the money that they've built up so far. Fortunately, you still have the think tank on hand to help you out. You can pick one of them to consult with before you answer the questions. Each member, though, can only be picked once. OK? And the difference in the final, compared to the rest of the show, is that they haven't seen any of these questions before. So they are just as much in the dark as you are, possibly even more. You know what they're like. Lucinda, you built up the most money in the game, so the final starts with you. OK? Here's your first question. The original version of the board game Monopoly was based on the streets of which city? Who do you want to help you out with that one?
Oh, gosh. Could I go with Lucy, please?
You're going to go with Lucy. It worked well for you before, didn't
well
it?
For so far. I really love this game. I have a very, very old version at home, which is sort of held together with bits of sellotape because it's so old. And the streets are all streets and stations of London. Have you played the game?
I have played the game, but I have played the London version.
Yeah.
I'm worried that there was an American version first.
On a scale of certainty, I'm maybe 70%.
I'm thinking London or New York.
If I had to go out on a limb, I would usher you towards London.
Yeah.
But ultimately, of course, it is your choice, though,
Okay.
Lucinda.
I'll go with London. I'll go with London.
You're going to go with London?
Yep.
OK, following Lucy's advice there, the original version of the board game Monopoly based on the streets of London, you say. Is it? Let's have a look. It's Atlantic City.
Okay.
In New Jersey.
Wow.
Yeah. Just because you don't look after your own version of Monopoly doesn't mean to say it's the oldest one. Lucinda, you're still to score in the final. And Chris, we come to you to take the lead with your first question. The titles of how many Shakespeare plays include the names of 2 individual characters? Let's see who might help you here.
I'm going to go with Max, please.
Yes, good choice.
Well, let's see, Chris. I can think of a couple off the top of my head. I mean, we've got Romeo and Juliet, haven't we? We've got Antony and Cleopatra. And I'm now drawing a blank. Can you think of any others?
No, I can't think of any others. I'm not so good on Shakespeare's plays.
No, well, I did study it for 3 years, so I probably ought to know. But these are the only ones I can think of at the moment.
Desperately trying to think of something, and everything's just got one name in it.
So your answer is going to be 2?
My answer's going to be 2.
Good luck, Chris.
Thanks, good luck to you. Thanks.
The titles of how many Shakespeare plays include the names of 2 individual characters. You say it is 2. Let's see if you're right. It's 3.
Oh.
It's 3. Antony and Cleopatra, Romeo and Juliet you had, and the third one, Troilus and Cressida. Not a very well-known play, to be honest.
No,
is
no.
it? OK. No score for you either. Still 0-all. Lucinda, we come to your second question. Mickey Dolenz, Mike Nesmith, Peter Tork and Davy Jones were members of which pop band?
Gosh. I think I've only heard of Davy Jones, and I might be thinking of the mythical sea character.
Well, who can help you out here?
I'm going to go with Cleve.
The only one I can honestly say, and I'm honestly not sure of this, I've got to say you, so it is a stab in the dark. With Mickey Dolenz, I think it was the Monkees. But I can't honestly tell you that's an absolute answer. But those are not names of modern pop So I know that. So that's going to be a band from the past is my reason.
The Monkees ringing any bells for you?
I have no idea myself, so I'm going to go with the Monkees then.
You're going to go with the Monkees?
Yeah, I'm going to take Cleve's answer.
OK. Mickey Dolenz, Mike Nesmith, Peter Tork and Davy Jones were members of which pop band? You say it's the Monkees. Could it be? Here we go. Monkees it is indeed. Well done. So, Lucinda, you take the lead, 1-0. But, Chris, here's your chance to equalise with your second question. The Chancellor of the Exchequer typically delivers his budget on which day of the week? Who do you think could help you out with a budgetary calendar matter?
I'm going to go with Jackie. I think you're going to know an awful lot about this subject.
I do take a keen interest in politics, only to make sure what they're doing and to keep them on the right track. And I believe it to be a Tuesday.
I believe it to be a Tuesday as well.
So I think we both think that there's a strong possibility
Yeah,
that might
Tuesday
be.
popped into my head. If
Okay.
I was going to deliver a budget, it would be a Tuesday.
Never on a Monday.
No, it can't.
Never on Monday.
Nobody listening on a Friday.
Definitely not on a Friday.
Tuesday.
OK, Chancellor of the Exchequer typically delivers his budget on which day of the week? You say it's Tuesday. Have you got it right? No, it's Wednesday. The budget used to be delivered by the Chancellor on a Tuesday, but they changed it to a Wednesday.
They snuck that in, didn't they? Stealth.
While you were not looking.
While I wasn't looking.
OK. So it means, Lucinda, you're still in the lead. 1-0. Here we go. Here's your third question. Which uncle of Queen Elizabeth II became King of the United Kingdom in the 1930s?
I'm going to go with Ken. I feel like you might know the answer.
Yes, I think this was the one that actually abdicated. I can't think of his name for a moment. Have you any ideas? It's quite famous with Mrs. Wallerton.
I've watched the King's Speech, and I feel like Queen Elizabeth's uncle, I think it was Edward.
Is it Edward VIII?
Yes. I feel like we should go for Edward.
I think it's Edward VIII.
Okay.
Yes.
Edward VIII.
You're going to go with Edward VIII. OK. The uncle of Queen Elizabeth II, who became King of the United Kingdom in the 1930s. Edward VIII it was indeed. Yes. He did abdicate in 1936, became Duke of Windsor, and was succeeded by King George VI. 2-0 to you. Chris, you can still catch up. Here's your third question. The Disney film Tangled is loosely based on which fairy tale? Tristan, Abby or Diane can still help you.
I'm going to ask Diane, please, to help me on this one. I've not seen the film Tangled.
No, I haven't seen the film. For some reason, Peter Pan came into my mind. Did you have any thoughts that came into your mind?
No.
Tangled.
No, I can't think.
What about Pinocchio? He had strings. Did they get tangled?
Possibly. He was more about a wooden boy, though, wasn't he?
I'm on either Peter Pan or Pinocchio.
Peter Pan or Pinocchio is what's being offered to you, but Chris, it's your choice.
I don't think it's right, but we'll go with Pinocchio. What the heck?
OK. You're going to choose Pinocchio?
We're going to choose Pinocchio, yeah.
OK, the Disney film Tangled, loosely based on which fairy tale? You say the answer is Pinocchio. Let's see if you're right. It's Rapunzel.
Oh, let down your hair.
It was a film.
Sorry.
Animation made in 2010, which made nearly $600 million worldwide.
Wow.
So the scores remain the same. That's 2-0. Lucinda, your turn. If you get this question right, you will be the winner because it will be impossible for Chris to catch up. OK? Here we go. Which woman has been a judge on both The Voice UK and The X Factor?
Trying to think who out of Abby and Tristan looks like this watched all reality TV. Abby, I'm guessing that you had a very long career at university, watched a lot of TV, so I'm going to go with Abby by that terrible logic.
It's fine. I think The Voice is fairly recent, and I think they haven't had that many female judges. So there was the girl with the bob, Jessie J, who was one who I don't think has been on The X Factor. But they've recently changed The X Factor because Grimmy is now on it, and I love Nick Grimshaw. But his best friend is Rita Ora, who I think was also on The Voice.
I'm going to have to go completely with Abby. I don't watch reality TV whatsoever. So Rita Ora, please.
You're putting your faith to win in Abby's choice. Rita Ora, you say, is the woman who's been a judge on both The Voice UK and The X Factor. This to win. Here we go. Rita Ora. So, brilliant guidance from you there, Abby. Terrific, well done. Commiserations, Chris. You did very well. I'm afraid you're not taking anything home apart from glorious memories of spending time with these fabulous people. Yeah, there we go. Have you had fun playing?
I have. It's been
Good.
brilliant. Absolutely
Okay.
super. Thank you
Good.
very much.
Lucinda, as our winner, you'll definitely be taking home your prize fund of £1,400, and shortly you'll have the chance to add an extra £1,000 to your winnings. First, though, let's take a moment, shall we, to congratulate the think tanker who gave the most correct answers during the show. And that is... It's a double, Diane and Cleve. Well done, guys. So, Lucinda, you have one last chance now to seriously boost your prize fund as you face our question impossible. This is the toughest question of the whole show because no one in our think tank answered it correctly. So, Lucinda, if you can achieve what none of them here could and give us a correct answer, that extra £1,000 will be yours. OK? Want to take a look at the question impossible?
OK.
Here it is. In 2015, who became the first footballer to score a goal in 11 consecutive Premier League matches? Now, before you answer, we're going to give you a little bit of help because we're going to take a look at the wrong answers that the think tank gave. None of them got this right, OK? And this will help you rule one or two things out. So, who did they think it was? Wayne Rooney, Harry Kane, Cristiano Ronaldo, Mesut Ozil, Steven Gerrard. So it's none of those.
OK.
You follow football at all?
Not at all, and I was hoping so much that I wouldn't get a question about football. And also, all of the football players I've heard of are the incorrect answers. So, I've heard of another footballer, Messi. Is that a footballer?
You're on your own, I'm afraid.
Okay, I'd like to go for Messi.
Going to go with Messi?
Yeah.
OK. In 2015, who became the first footballer to score a goal in 11 consecutive Premier League matches? Your answer is Messi. For £1,000, let's see if you're right. Jamie Vardy.
I would never have got that.
Of Leicester City, I'm afraid. Yeah.
Ah, OK.
Yeah, Lionel Messi plays for Barcelona in Spain. Brilliant footballer, absolutely, but was not the answer we were looking for.
OK.
I'm afraid you didn't conquer the question impossible. You're still leaving, though, with a tidy sum of £1,400. So something for your mum and your nan, right?
Yeah, hopefully get my nan and my mum a nice little treat. Maybe go towards a cruise.
A cruise.
I've always dreamed of, hopefully, yeah.
Well, that'd be lovely for you all. So I hope you have a lovely time with that.
Thanks so much.
Good,
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Do join us next time when 3 more contestants will see whether they can bank on the think tank. Until then, it's goodbye from them.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Bye-bye.